What's up, fellow lords of gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Marvel Future Fight. We are in maintenance mode, so we're getting that update tonight. So we're rolling into maintenance at about 2100, and that's gonna last for quite a while, probably about 6 or 7 hour maintenance patch that we're basically looking at. Let's talk about it. Let's jump right on in. So, all right. Number one, right out the bat, we know that the update is coming with the Wolverine update. That's what we're basically in. So we're getting Wolverine. We're also getting the squad battle content. We're getting some new companions and some new companions that I'm actually enthusiastic about, and some new Omega cards as well. We're gonna have some balance adjustments that I think a lot of people are going to probably feel some kind of way about, but it is there and is what it is. We also have some new events that are basically coming up, so let's jump right into this. Now, it's really interesting because I was kind of looking forward to these update patch notes, but I expected a little bit different in terms of the buffs that they were given. So I want to go over those real quick before we look at anything. So let's take a look at those. All right, so I'm gonna jump in here with these and we'll take a look at this. So basically, these are the balance adjustments that are happening. So we've got Black Widow, for instance. She's getting her skill firearm expert, sniper shot. The cast range is being increased while receiving a slight reduction in motion length. Now I want to pay particular attention to this motion length. They've tweaked these things so many times and it has failed so many times. Like Doctor Strange is the best example of it. We've said time and time again that his motion, we thought that it was going to be good from the preview video when they showed his reduction speed, the casting time to be lower, but it didn't really work out. Didn't pan out at all. So I didn't like it. So we get the training exploit training assassin exploit weakness. The cooldown is now going to be 5.1 seconds. We also get the adjusted damage is wait. So this is a nerf. Yeah, some people about to be pissed off. But anyway, so then we get magic. She gets a cooldown decrease of 10%. Cooldown 10% decrease. We get the absorb damage is now going to be absorbs 5% of damage dealt using a soul sword class skill as HP. Iron Man is his ultimate gauge recovery is going to be based on level 15, so we're at 15.28. We get guard break amount is being increased, and then he creates barrier relative to 15% of max HP for 4.8. Wait a minute. So you guys are giving this to freaking Iron Man now, and we have said that Doctor Strange should be casting the damn barrier around himself and his ultimate skill for how long now? Like his ultimate skill, he should basically be either immune or he should be casting some kind of, like, just imagine he's in astral form or some shit like that while he's doing it. Like they are terrible with these buffs, man. The target moves after the skill is used. The skill will track the target and fire, decrease ultimates preceding motion delay. So, yeah. Then we get Captain Marvel. She's getting a increased ultimate gauge recovery by 50% when HP is 50% or higher. So she looks like she's getting a buff. Increase ultimate gauge recovery by 50% when HP is 30% or higher. So basically, you've got a greater chance for this thing to push. And then we go over here. It was difficult to battle due to the motion length of the gateway summoning skill. Therefore, the motion length will be shortened for stability. My friends, you have been down this road before and you have failed. A slight reduction in motion length. No, it needs to be reduced overall, as such most of his powers and abilities do. Just give us a tree that we can invest into that reduces attack speed. Like, give us, if we invest in attack speed, then our casting times and things like that, that should be the time that we're casting the animations, they play out shorter. That's the way it should work. Come on. You Jolie, you came from Marvel Future Fight, so you should already understand how this comes. They took like the beta dude from Marvel Future Fight, put him on this team, and gave him an art team that was, bomb as hell. And so we're dealing with trash ass development while we've got great graphics. That's basically what's happening. So Storm is basically, she's getting a slight reduction in her invincibility frame, so there's going to be some nerfs there like we expected. Star-Lord, he's getting a slight reduction in his motion length, but both of them are going to be receiving some nerfs in terms of their elemental damage stats. I don't know why they are doing this. I have no clue. Storm and Star-Lord basically went from 0 to heroes, and that was basically because of the rallying cries around these characters when they were legitimately on the bottom of the pile due to the development team's inadequacies in being able to handle this balancing. And now they're at the top of the food chain, and they're not really even at the top of the food chain. They're just really good characters now, and we're getting an elemental damage stat adjustment. So they're getting a nerf. This should piss players off. Like, you do something by giving us Wolverine, but then you give us something as trash as this to hone in on. So it's like one of those things, like, what are you really doing? I don't get it. I really don't. Let's see. So then we get a guard damage increase and decrease stat balance adjustment. So we see that there's no significant changes will be applied in segments where guard damage decreased stat is low. However, changes will be made in segments where guard is hardly broken, so the guard will break upon substantial damage, just like other heroes. There's so many stats across the board in this game, and so many of them matter, that it's really hard for people to get into certain stat areas and balance out those approaches. It should be that if I apply that I want a lot of guard damage because I'm investing, like I want to be a tank like Captain America or Wolverine, where I say I want really big guard damage, I want really big HP pools, it should be fucking difficult for people to break those guard damages. That's the way it should work, and you should balance that out in the PvE environment. Whereas opposed to if somebody say, I don't want guard damage and I'm going to be a glass tank, then let them be a goddamn glass tank by executing a whole bunch of attack, a whole bunch of crit rate, a whole bunch of crit damage. And if they don't choose to invest in guard damage decreases, then that's what they choose not to invest in. But that's the way the game should work. So God, I don't get it. But anyways, HP absorption stat balance adjustment. So you can see here, we have confirmed that there's an imbalance between heroes due to cases in which HP can be restored abnormally through immortal summon personage when using certain skills or upon activation of certain specialization bastards. Basically, we know what that meant, right? So skills subject to summon personage, they had Spider-Man, they had Doctor Strange, right? And then these were the skills. So they're going to basically adjust those because of the all black badge that came out into the game. So they're going to improve the battle badges. The improvement overall that I'm really excited about is the improvements here to the battle challenge, to the exclusive stats of some heroes. Why the hell this took so long to do is beyond me. But basically, any of those surface to air damage or air to surface damage stats that were on characters' Omega cards, they're going to be changed. And greatly here, the one I'm paying the most attention to is Doctor Strange and Storm will now have access to defense pierce instead of air to surface damage. Great change. Here goes the bad part. None of those respective stats are going to be changed on any cards that you currently own, so you'll need to throw those bitches into the transmutator, which we know how that works, in order to get the optimal stats for like defense pierce. So if you're a PvP player, then you know you need to be going for that defense pierce, right? Then we have some special costume 3 set effects. This doesn't really affect me. I don't really care about the Steampunk Rise of the East or Eye of Osiris. But basically, you can see what the status is going to be changed. So like Storm, she'll go from Atmosphere Control to Weather Witch, Elemental Blaster to Jet Boots, and Blaster to Problem Solver. So now let's get back to the meat and potatoes of the update. I mean, that is pretty much, you know, some of the juiciest, parts of this update is the balance adjustments. But the potatoes is going to be the addition of these companions. We've got Special Companion Magneto, who is going to increase your guard damage collection stats. He has an effect for guard damage and an effect for attack. Meanwhile, he's emitting energy towards the enemy to increase to receive guard damage and drops structure 3 times to deal damage. I'm dying to see how this looks. Magneto's one of my favorite characters, villains inside the Marvel universe, and I'm dying to see what this dude could become an actual playable character. I'm really sick of the companions at this point. I didn't realize this was going to be a pet game. Essentially, that's what we've been sold at this point, a pet game, because we're sold way more companions than we are sold actual characters, and it's just fucking terrible, right? But it is what it is. So if you're playing, Magneto's coming. And then probably in celebration of the I Am Groot series that is currently airing on Disney Plus, you've got Baby Groot. So he's going to be able to increase your critical damage decrease collection stat, while also providing you a critical damage decrease and a PvP damage decrease. He leaps towards the summoner to create a barrier and deals damage to enemies, decreasing their movement speed. Hit enemies are stunned when they take additional damage from Baby Groot. We'll have to see how these look or whatever, but they don't seem like they're going to be necessarily impactful for you to make an update or switch to these companions. So essentially, you're just collecting companions to collect companions and add them to those stats, or to get them to give you the stat benefits, and that's pretty much it. So it is what it is, right? So now let's get into the meat. The meat of this content is basically the 2 new content updates, which is a new superhero and Wolverine. Now this character is insanely popular, so I'm going to expect that he's going to have more of an impact than Scarlet Witch does on the game, and he's going to draw way more eyes in. The problem with drawing way more eyes in, especially with a Wolverine update and then also adding a squad battle update, is, as I said before, you're basically giving more eyes onto a game. They jump into a squad battle system and realize, man, it took way too much to level up my squad in the first place. And they're going to be playing against higher tier players getting their asses spanked. And they're going to be getting their asses spanked, and they're going to go to the shop to look at ways in which they can increase their class, their characters. And oh, what shall they find? A terrible Marvel Mall. And then they're going to be like, I'll play around with this for a little bit. I'm not going to really invest. And then what happens? Yeah, you guessed it. They leave. Player retention in this game is terrible. Money spent in this game is terrible, mostly because the things that you're purchasing aren't really worth it. But it's going to get worse here in a second when I point out the squad battle to you. So hold on for the ride. So we've got Wolverine joining. I think this is a good thing overall for the game. Like I said, the main thing is that it makes that HP and HP recovery cores viable. So you'll now be able to add those yellows. So he's going to have all his titles, his collections, and his challenges, and you get to choose whether or not you want to spend beaucoup dollars to level up Wolverine to make him competitive. That's essentially what it is. Notice, by the way, as well, that there is nothing inside this update literally to tell us about any transmutation for Scarlet Witch. I'm hoping that this is just an omission by the development team, because why would we not have the update for Scarlet Witch to basically have transmutation, unless at this point they've just decided, you know what, far more money to be made by just forcing people to level characters up. Because remember, that was one of our original complaints, right? It was like, how are we going to level up future characters without a way to transmute, costumes, because you spend so much money into these costumes? Well, now you just get delayed, so that way you just deal with that pressure. But anyway, so we got the new content, Squad Battle. So Squad Battle was basically mentioned back in Dev Note number 7 when they talked about some of the Alliance Omega War content and things like that. And this is what we're getting. So let's read this out here. The stronger the teamwork skill, the more effective and powerful the team formation for Squad Battle. Materials and currency used to enhance teamwork skills cannot be recovered. Once the teamwork skill has been enhanced, it cannot be undone. Think about that, guys. Think about that. Agents can join the squad battle by having at least 3 heroes with level 100 or higher. Up to 3 teams can be formed in both defense, defender, and offense attacker with up to 3 heroes per team. And also a hero must be placed to equip a companion. Companions also cannot be equipped. Companions alone cannot be equipped. Squad battle does not require any maneuvering, and the battle takes place automatically. Yeah, I was doing that on purpose. Read that again for me, people. Squad battle does not require any maneuvering and takes place automatically. Yeah. So what the hell was this about up here? About, the stronger the teamwork skill? Like, what fucking teamwork skill? Like there's no teamwork here. It's just basically auto system doing what auto system does, and then it just fights out those characters. So essentially what you're gonna have inside of a auto system like this is a lack of skill, and more or less what is your power level equal to my power level, give or take minus, and then we just clash, and whoever has the higher power level is going to be one that's victor. That's basically what you're looking at. We have long inside Marvel Future Fight complained about this squad battle because we have it in Alliance Conquest, and we were like, yo, this would be a better system if we were able to actually fight and utilize our characters. But you can't do that here. So it's going to be auto battle inside here. The victor will be the team that managed to immobilize all heroes in the other team or has more heroes at the end of the battle. The team that ends the squad battle midway will automatically forfeit and be the defeated team. Please keep in mind that canceling squad battle does not cancel the battle count. The battle count remains. Materials needed for teamwork skill enhancement. There you go, guys. There you go. And here goes the part where, again, we just can't get fucking content from these people. We cannot simply get content. Here we are again, and we're talking about another material resource that is literally going to affect either your wallets or your playtime, because you're going to have to do this. So we got materials needed for teamwork skill enhancement. You're going to need teamwork stones. The fuck are those and why they needed for an auto battle, and gold. They're acquired upon participation. However, the amount varies depending on your squad battle result. We've seen how this shit works, and it's terrible. Victory scores are gained from winning a squad battle. Grades are achieved according to accumulated victory scores, and great achievement rewards are given. Great achievement rewards are only given once upon initial achievement. What the In addition, the weekly ranking is determined according to the squad battle victory scores obtained before the season resets. Squad battle tokens, teamwork stones, and crystals are given as season ranking rewards. The amount varies per rank. The squad battle tokens can be used to exchange various items in the token shop. Guys, so read in between the goddamn lines here. Squad battle tokens, teamwork stones, and crystals, right? So we basically have a new item here in teamwork. We're gonna have to see what the squad battle token shop looks like, because I don't want to shit on it and be like, oh, it's good later on. But either way, we've got teamwork stones. How much you would make a bet that this is gonna end up inside the cash shop for you to purchase, so that way you can enhance your teamwork skill, so you can auto play and beat out your other people by open up your wallet. Yeah. At some point, you know, the gaming community has to tell these developers with their wallets, this is not shit that we want, and this is not shit that we're gonna accept. But unfortunately, we have so many fucking people so willing to drop a dime just to be better than another person, not by the measure of their character, personality, or anything like that, but just by their wallet size. And so this is legitimately what we're gonna end up with in gaming space. The more and more developers see that they can launch a shitty game like Diablo Immortal and make millions in a month, is the more that they're gonna keep doing it. It's up to you, the players, to change that. That's the bottom line. So here we go. Participation. Squad must have at least 3 heroes level 100. So we just throw any 3 heroes inside there. It doesn't make a difference. Just come up with a squad of 3 heroes. It doesn't make a difference whether they're 450, 550. More than likely, it's going to be so skewed in terms of, you know, teams that it's just not going to make a difference anyway. 6 times a day, 10 additional reward counts can be charged daily using crystals. 10 additional, so you get a battle count of 6, but then 10 additional reward counts can be charged daily using crystals. So that's going to be a total of 16. So obviously here, my battle count, right, is going to basically be able to say the highest player with the most amount of crystals can charge more battles. And if I only get 6 to your 10 to your 16, what the fuck? Like, are you for real? Tell me, paint out a more pay to win scenario for me. So reward count is 6 times a day. 10 additional reward counts can be charged daily using crystals. Unconsumed additional reward counts will be carried over to the next day and will be consumed first. So basically, if I'm a whale, I can go in here and I can battle 16 times. 10 more times than the average player, the free-to-play player who's there. 16 times. 10 additional reward counts can be charged daily using crystals. 6 times is the normal. I can go 10 times more than what the normal free-to-play player is if I purchase crystals for those and get additional rewards. Tell me you don't see a problem here. The refresh count, once a day, 5 additional refresh counts can be charged daily using crystals. My friends, my friends, my friends, I have no fucking clue what to say other than a huge what the fuck. This is legitimately a pay-to-win scenario overall inside this game. I'm basically using crystals in order to eclipse any free-to-play players. I'm basically using crystals to purchase things for my teamwork skill enhancements for a fucking event that is literally auto play. So I don't. Hey guys, tonight at 2100 there will be an update. 0330. You basically have Wolverine to look forward to, and I hope this update didn't piss you off. Until next time, peace.